Hi, this is Jay Mealey, General Manager at Sport Mazda in Orlando. It's here, the all-new 2014 SKYACTIV Mazda 3, but this is the Grand Touring S model. We got a chance to look at the Touring last week. What sets this apart? Well, obviously, this is quite a package. You've got your 18-inch rims, low-profile tires. This is loaded, so this has got the sunroof. It's the Grand Touring. It's got the 2.5 motor underneath, about 185 horsepower, so it's going to drive really nice. Speaking of driving, today I'm going to give you my first impressions on just the drive and the interior on this very special Mazda. Okay, so here we are inside the all-new 2014 Mazda 3 Grand Touring, and wow, what a difference. The Touring was nice last week that we looked at, but this is something really special. You've got the Infotainment Center up front there, 7-inch screen. The leather's just amazing. You've got this two-tone look, red stitching. Got the almond color, light color mixing with the black. We've got our center control knob that's going to control most of the functions on the Infotainment Center. And I have to tell you, sitting here in this car, I would feel at home sitting in an Audi, something European, something very nice. So let's go ahead and start it up and see what it feels like on the road. Okay, so we just fired up the 2.5 liter. Now this is the first time I've driven this car, so I completely have no impression at all on the vehicle yet. So we're going to go ahead and take it on our test route, and I'm going to just go ahead and tell you as I experience the different things in the car. We'll just point them out in the video. First thing that jumps out at me is the Infotainment Center, obviously. I'm not even sure what all this does at this point. Obviously you have navigation, we have our communication. I'm assuming that's going to be a Bluetooth phone, contacts, pairing, lots of different things as far as that goes, and we'll go ahead and try to pair my phone later. Of course, we have our music, and this is applications, and I'm not even sure which apps are going to be available, but I know there's supposed to be some different things, social media related and some other things as well. So, okay, so in this vehicle, it is equipped with the Bose sound system. I have the Bose also in the Mazda 6 that I drive, and honestly, I'm very impressed with the stereo in the Mazda 6. So, pretty excited to hear it in this car because you've got a little bit of a smaller interior, and I think it's going to sound pretty outstanding. Let's go ahead and put it in gear. So, what I'm hearing about the new Mazda 3 is absolutely that the zoom Mazda heritage is very much alive and well in this car. Actually, I heard one of the last publications I read claim this could be the best handling front-wheel drive car in the world, which wouldn't surprise me coming from Mazda, because of course they do build the Miata, and it was considered one of the 3 best handling cars in the world by Road and Track last year. So as we're sitting here at a stop, I'll notice on my left I've got quite a bit of functionality there. I have traction control I can turn off and on. I have blind spot monitoring I can turn off and on. By the way, that's a great feature if you haven't experienced blind spot monitoring. So anytime I start to put a blinker on, if there's a car on my left or on my right, it's going to warn me with an audible sound, plus I'm going to see a flashing light in the mirror. And living with that feature, it's one of those things, once you've had it in your car, it's hard to live without it. What else do we have? This is just like the Touring. We have the carbon fiber, kind of the high-end looking trim by the door panels. And shift console, of course, we have our command switch, which these are really nice. Once you get in the habit of using them, I tend to use it more in the Mazda 6 than I do the steering wheel controls for whatever reason, maybe because your hand's by the shift knob. But something I like on this one a lot, you've got a volume knob here, which I think is a great feature, but even better, you've got a mute. So obviously a call comes in, you're not going Bluetooth, you're going to answer it on your handset. You've got an instant mute function, which is very nice. This also has a sport mode, which I'm sure, since we're in sport mode, will take off. I'm sure it works real well with the paddle shifters that this car has. So first impressions, again, this is the 2.5 liter. This is a lot of motor for this car. Good low-end response. It's very, very smooth. Now again, just because it's 2.5 doesn't mean that there's going to be a compromise in fuel economy. This car, I believe, is still getting very close to 40 miles per gallon, maybe in the 38 range. Very nice. Nice, smooth acceleration. Steering feels very, very well weighted. Just kind of tied in, tuned into the road. Good mid-range pickup as well. Go ahead and get a feel for the turning radius on this car, because that usually kind of drives me crazy when I get a car that has a huge turning radius. Very nice, very tight. That was a small parking lot, and we had no problems whatsoever and just flipping it around. So, one thing I haven't brought up was my heads-up display here. I've never seen this in a car except for a Chevrolet Corvette. But this looks kind of like the Corvette, but I like the location better. It's a speedometer setting, and basically it puts your speed in a digital form right on your hood. So what does that do for you? Obviously it helps you keep your eyes on the road. And with this vehicle, front and center is the Tach. So you've got your RPM tachometer right there in the center stack, so that's a very nice complement. I really like the way that this dash lays out. It's very purposeful, very just kind of sport oriented. Now the AC is different than in the touring model because you're tying into the Infotainment Center. So automatic climate control, very nice, expensive feeling switch knobs. Again, we have the CD player underneath that as well. We also have heated seats. So being in Florida, I might get a chance to use this twice a year, but it's a nice feature, and it's great when you do need it. Okay, let's go ahead and pull it out, see if we can get it up to speed again. By the way, I do have a power sunroof. Nice pickup, no torque steer. So we just shot up to about 70 miles an hour there. And again, no torque steer, tracks very, very straight. This is a very nice car. I can see trading in the Mazda 6 Grand Touring for this guy. Well, Mazda, gotta hand it to you. This is one hot hatch. This is the 2.5 liter SKYACTIV motor. Again, this is about 184 horsepower, 185 foot-pounds of torque, and it's all you need for this car. This thing drives fantastic. Now the difference also in the Grand Touring, this is a glossy black front insert, which looks great on the car. Nothing real special in the back, similar to the Touring. I did want to point out, it doesn't look like you have much visibility out of the rear, but from inside the car, even with this aggressive sloping trunk design, still nice visibility from the inside of the car. Okay, I also wanted to point out the smart key interface with the car. Key's in my pocket, and the great thing about that is I get to the car, I don't need to pull the key out. Just press this button, door opens, and we're in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a minute here and see if I can get my iPhone 5 Bluetooth synced with the Mazda3 infotainment interface here. Just went to my communications setting on the home page. Would you like to connect a phone? Yes, connect. Bluetooth, add a new device. Search for Mazda on my Bluetooth. Go ahead and do that now. Bluetooth's on. I have a new Mazda down at the bottom of my list. It says not paired. This should be simple. Mazda pairing request. Go ahead and hit pair. We should be done. I'm going to hit yes. Looks like it's going ahead and pairing right now. One of the things you have to realize is the minute I put that shift position into drive, it'll shut down any kind of Bluetooth syncing process. So you just you have to be still. You have to be in park. And I'm not sure about that. No. So phone only, phone and audio, and we should be good to go. So if I go into the music and look at sources, see if I pop in there. So I've got Pandora, I can tie into here. I have my phone right there. So now, I should be playing music off my phone. Just that easy. So being that we did our test drive in the daytime, didn't get a chance to touch on these headlights. This is a really cool setup. Just like in the Mazda 6, these lights actually will follow the road. So as you start to gradually turn, you'll notice the lights kind of roll with the steering. And it really helps. Gives you much better visibility. So there you have it, my first impression and first drive in the all-new 2014 Mazda 3 Grand Touring S model. In a word, wow, this is an amazing car. Mazda, you did a fantastic job. But don't take my word for it. Come down and see us. We're just 1 mile north of the Florida Mall, right on the corner of Lancaster and Orange Blossom Trail. Thanks again. Have a great day.